Hello, sue.oneschuk here, continuing the lessons in the workbook of A Course of Miracles. And today we are on lesson 80. And this is a real pivotal lesson in the course. So we'll begin. The lesson for today is, let me recognize my problems have been solved. So it says, if you're willing to recognize your problems, you'll realize that you have no problems. That might be difficult to realize. Your one central problem has been answered, and you have no other. Therefore, you must be at peace. Salvation depends on recognizing this one problem. And this one problem is our belief in separation. Our belief that that we are a body, or your belief that you are a body. That's the one problem. So it says one problem, one solution, and the solution is accomplished. Freedom from conflict has been given you. Accept that fact, and you are ready to take your rightful place in God's plan for salvation. Again, your only problem has been solved. And the only problem is that we believe that we are, again, that we or you are separate from God, and we're not. We just took on that belief. Repeat this over and over to yourself today with gratitude and conviction that your only problem has been solved. You have recognized your only problem, opening the way for the Holy Spirit to give you God's answer. When we turn over any of our, our fears and guilt and any of our conflict over the Holy Spirit, we will receive our answer. We just need only to practice that and then to experience it. And that's what's available as we do these lessons. So it said, you have laid deception aside and seen the light of truth. You have accepted salvation for yourself by bringing the problem to the answer. And you can recognize the answer because the problem has been identified. Again, it's bringing your darkness to the light of the Holy Spirit so that you will receive the answer from the Holy Spirit, not from your ego mind. You're entitled to peace today. A problem that has been resolved cannot trouble you. Only be certain you do not forget that all problems are the same. Every problem is an illusion that hides your light. Every problem. That's what's hiding the light. The focus on the problems. And there's many forms. You will not deceive while you remember this. One problem, one solution. Accept the peace this simple statement brings. In our longer practice period today, we will claim the peace that must be ours when the problem and the answer have been brought together. The problem must be gone, because God's answer cannot fail. Having recognized one, you have recognized the other. The solution is inherent in the problem. You are answered and have accepted the answer. You are saved. It says, now let the peace that your acceptance brings be given you. So if you wish to close your eyes and receive your reward, just really take that in. Recognize that your problems have been solved. Recognize that you are out of conflict, free, and at peace. Above all, remember that you have one problem, and that problem has one solution. It is in this that the simplicity of salvation lies. It is because of this that it is guaranteed to work. Assure yourself often today that your problems have been solved. Repeat the idea with deep conviction as frequently as possible. And particularly, sure to apply the idea for today to any specific problem that may arise. Say it quickly. Let me recognize my problem has been solved. So let us be determined not to collect grievances today. Let us be determined to be free of problems that do not exist. The means is simple honesty. Do not deceive yourself about what the problem is, and you must recognize it has been solved. So you might want to ask yourself, do I want peace? Do I want God? Or do I want problems and grievances? So some further reflecting on myself on this lesson today, and what I wanted to share is that, again, it's the lesson is, let me recognize my problems have been solved. So if only love is real, then there can be no real problems. Again, it is only our belief that we are a body and we're separate from God, and that we are separate from God's love. That's all. Separation is the only problem. And separation in reality has never occurred. So the problem of separation has been solved. It's only in our mind that we believe in the separation. So, it's to remember again that the problem's already been solved because separation is not real. And when we remember this and return to peace, again, and we remember that the only problem has been solved. So when we are willing to be open to God's love and really receive it, we come to the awareness that love is all that is important. Love is all that is real. So in this place of remembering love, we realize that the conflict, the problems that constantly arise within the stories of separation that we create are just a series of attempts to make these false ideas of separation real. These false ideas, that are based in guilt and sin and fear, that we keep generating, or that they keep generating our stories. That we keep entertaining the stories. Just watch for that today. Letting go of these false ideas and letting go of making the ego real is what helps us realize that the one problem has been solved. As long as we entertain these false ideas and entertain the ego, we hide. We hide the light. We hide the love. Love is eternal. Love is changeless. Love cannot be threatened. What is not love does not exist. We make it real in our mind. So realizing this, we can return to peace. Let it go. Peace is constant. It's always within us. It is only when we try to make what is not real our reality that the appearance of problems arise. And then there's one problem, and then there's another problem, and then there's another problem. The difficulty in applying, the solution is not because the problem is complex. The difficulty comes from our lack of willingness It comes from a deeply held desire to have specialness, which was, because of our belief in separation in the first place. And it comes as well from our ego, our personal identity, and thus being in competition with God. It comes from denying our true identity, that we are innocent, that we are love, and that we are light, and so are our brothers and sisters. Again, we are our holy self, united in oneness with God and our brothers and sisters. Coming from our true self within is what is possible to live into. And as we continue to practice, these lessons of the course, this is the practicing of undoing the ego. That's what we're working on throughout these lessons. And we're going to remember and we're going to forget, and we're going to remember and we're going to forget. And today, let's do our best to remember. Let me recognize my problems have been solved. All right. Thank you for being here. Go forward today and, practice this lesson to the best of your ability. We build on it day by day in those moments, in those glimpses of peace that we have. And as we have these glimpses of peace, or these experiences of peace, they do build. And in my own personal experience, when I know that I'm out of my peace, is my opportunity then to turn everything over, whatever I might have be, caught up in terms of the problems of the world or circumstances in my life, when I release them to the Holy Spirit, and then allow the Holy Spirit to direct me, then I find those moments of peace. And as they build, that motivates me, that within me, I find more and more willingness to, to do this, to turn over my egoic thoughts, false ideas, problems, circumstances, triggers, guilt, suffering, turn it over to the Holy Spirit. So go forward today, find your peace. And again, thank you for being here. And please like, comment, and share this video as well. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I appreciate the donations that are coming forward. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And in the next video, we will be beginning review 2 in the lessons. All right. Look forward to being with you tomorrow. Bye for now.